In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. By the sky and the night comer.
Commentary. After swearing an oath by the sky and stars, in this surah, Allah asserts that He has assigned a guardian angel to every human being who watches over his deeds and actions. An accurate and immediate record is kept on the basis of which the reckoning will be made, and on the day of reckoning, all secrets will be revealed. The rational conclusion is that man must ponder over the consequences of the deeds he is doing in this life. Therefore, he should not, at any moment of his life, lose sight of what is to happen on the day of reckoning. Thereafter, the verse disposes of a doubt that the Satan perennially casts into the people's hearts. When they are dead and have become dust and decomposed particles, how will they be recomposed and life be brought back? This seems to be an imaginary thought. Rather, in the view of the general public, it is impossible. In answer to this doubt, man is invited to reflect on his origin. At the inception, he was created from various elements collected from throughout the world, and Allah's power transformed them into a human being who is able to listen and see. Allah, who has created him and looked after him, is well able to bring him back to life after death. Then some events of the Day of Judgment are mentioned. Then, after swearing an oath by the earth and the sky, the negligent man is told that the hereafter he is urged to care about is no joke or amusement, but it is a reality that has to come to pass. Towards the end of the surah, the unbelievers pose the question: if Allah abhors disbelief, idolatry, and sins, why then does He not punish us in this life? The surah ends with a rebuttal to this question. Let us now explain some expressions used in the surah. The first oath, in the beginning of the surah, is by the sky and Tariq. The word Tariq means the night corner. Stars normally disappear during the day and only appear at night, therefore they are called Tariq. The Quran itself raises the question, and what may let you know what the night comer is. Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 2, and then answers the question thus: the star of piercing brightness. Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 3, the word Najm means star. The Quran does not specify any particular star. Therefore, it may be applied to any star. Some of the commentators say that Najm refers to the Pleiades or Saturn, and they quote specimens of Arabic speech to confirm their argument. The word Bakib means piercing brightness.
And what can make you know what is the night comer?
See Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 1 for the Tafsir.
It is the piercing star.
See Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 1 for the Tafsir.
There is no soul but that it has over it a protector.
There is no human being, but there is a watcher over him. Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 4. This is the subject of the oath. The particle in at the beginning of the statement is used in the sense of no, that is, a negative particle, and the particle lam is used in the sense of but, except, that is, it is an acceptive particle in the dialect of Banu Hudhil. The verse purports to say that there is not a single person over whom there is not a watcher hafiz. The word hafiz may mean guardian, who may watch over someone's actions and deeds, so that the reckoning is made on that basis. The word hafiz may also be used in the sense of one who protects from calamities. In the first sense, the word hafiz refers to the angels who record the deeds. Here the word hafiz, although appears in the singular form, it is used in the generic sense because there is not just a single recording angel, but there is a host of them, as another verse testifies to this fact. Well appointed over you there are watchers, who are noble, the writers of the deeds. Surah Al-Anfitr, Ayah 10-11. According to the second sense of the word, Hafiz refers to the angels who have been appointed to protect man from all kinds of calamities that befall him day and night, except the calamities that Allah has decreed for him. As the following verse explicitly states, for him there are angels replacing each other, before him and behind him, who guard him under the command of Allah. Surah Ar-Ra'd, Ayah 11. A tradition has reported the Messenger of Allah saying that Allah has appointed 360 angels for every believer. They protect every limb of his. Of the 360, 7 angels alone protect man's eye. These angels defend man from every calamity that is not decreed, like a fan chases away the flies coming to a vessel containing honey. If there are no security guards for man, the devils will snatch them away. Quatupai.
So let man observe from what he was created.
See Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 4 for the Tafsir.
He was created from a fluid, ejected.
He is created of a spouting water that comes out from between the loins and the chest bones. Surah At-Tariq, Ayah 6-7. The general body of commentators have explained that the spouting water, sperm, comes out from the loins of men and the chest, bones of women. However, the research of embryological science on the subject shows that the seminal fluid comes out from every part of human body, and every part of the fetus is made of the seminal fluid that has come out from that part of the man's and woman's body. The brain, of course, plays the greatest role in this matter. Thus, experience shows that people who indulge in excessive cohabitation mostly suffer from weakness of mental weakness. The embryologists have at the same time discovered that the seminal fluid separates from all parts of the body, and through the spinal cord, collects in the testes and from there it spouts. If these findings have any value, it is not far-fetched to reconcile them with the explanation of some of the commentators. Embryologists agree that the brain plays the most important role in the preparation of seminal fluid. The representative of the brain is the spinal cord that has come into the backbone from the brain, up to the loins and the testes. Some of its branches have come into the chest bones. It is likely that the seminal fluid coming from the chest bones into the woman's seminal fluid, and the seminal fluid coming from the loins into a man's seminal fluid have a greater role to play. If we analyze the verse of the Quran carefully, we notice that it does not specify man or woman. It merely says he is created of spouting water that comes out from between the loins and the chest bones. This may simply signify that the seminal fluid comes out from the entire body of both men and women. The expression the entire body is understood from the mention of the principal organs of front and back. The front part of the body is chest, and the back part of the body is the loin. These are the principal parts of the body. The expression, the spouting water that comes out from between the loins and the chest bones may mean comes out from the entire body.
Emerging from between the backbone and the ribs.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 6 for the Tafsir.
Indeed, Allah, to return him to life, is able.
Surely he is powerful to bring him back. Surah At-Tariq Ayah 8. The word Raj means to bring back. The verse signifies that Allah, who has created him from a drop of seminal fluid, is well able to bring him back to life after death of fortiori, on a day when all the secrets will be searched out. Surah At-Tariq Ayah 9. The word tabla literally means to test, examine, and sarar means secrets. On the day of reckoning, the secrets will be tested and examined and laid bare. Man's beliefs, his thoughts, and his motives and intentions that were hidden in this life, and no one knew about them, will be revealed in the hereafter. Likewise, his deeds and actions that he had done secretly, and no one was aware of them in this world, all of them will be tested and scrutinized on the plane of gathering and will be laid bare. Said Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, has said that on the day of judgment Allah will disclose the secrets of all human beings. The sign of every good or bad belief and action will be displayed on man's face, in the form of beauty or darkness or gloom depending on each individual situation. Qatu. Why?
The day when secrets will be put on trial.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 8 for the Tafsir.
Then man will have no power or any helper.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 8 for the Tafsir.
By the sky which returns rain.
I swear by the sky that rains. Surah At-Tariq Ayah 11. The word Raj refers to the rain that comes down repeatedly. In other words, the rain that comes down and stops and then returns.
And by the earth which cracks open.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 11 for the Tafsir.
Indeed, the Quran is a decisive statement.
This is a decisive word. Surah At-Tariq Ayah 13. In other words, the Quran is truly a decisive word that decides between truth and falsehood, and there is no room for any doubt in it. Sayyidina Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, says that he heard the Holy Prophet as saying about the Holy Quran, it is a book which describes the stories of past communities and it contains injunctions for future generations. It is truly a decisive word. It is no joke.
And it is not amusement.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 13 for the Tafsir.
Indeed, they are planning a plan.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 13 for the Tafsir.
But I am planning a plan.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 13 for the Tafsir.
So allow time for the disbelievers. Leave them a while.
See Surah At-Tariq Ayah 13 for the Tafsir.